Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Lou House. Along with Rufus Washington, I'm Lou Stowers, and it is basketball season where the Olympians are opening up their home season with a holiday treat, Rufus, the Compton Centennial Apaches, and what a game this is going to be.
Oh, it definitely figures to be a big game. This is a Leuzinger team, Lou, that is in a rebuilding mode of sorts. Some would say reloading.
Right.
They've got 3 returning starters, but we know they lost a lot of ammunition from last year, led by Jerry Evans. And the real question is, who will replace Jerry Evans this year in this year's edition of the Olympians?
This is a real athletic Leuzinger Olympian team. Who do you see is going to come on the cream of the crop this year?
Well, I think the first guy are the guys who've been here before and know the system. We're talking about DeLon Wright, of course, who's a senior guard, along with Akil Quinn. Akil's out tonight with an injured wrist. And then they got a couple of transfers in. You got Garrett that came in from Las Vegas. He's the actual leading scorer at 18.9 on the season. And he's the man you figure to replace Jerry Evans in the low post.
And the Olympians, led by Reggie Lewis, are 4-4. The Apaches come in at 5-3, and they are led by their superstar, number 24, Deontay Burton.
Well, I tell you, Deontay Burton comes as good as advertised. They say he shoots and scores when he wants to, and if he doesn't feel like scoring, he'll just get 10 or 15 assists in a game. He's an all-around player.
That's right, and dropped 43 on Westchester at the Ocean View Tournament of Champions, and what a tournament that was as well. Well, we're going to... damn it.
We're going to have a good basketball game is what we're going to have. I'm excited. You're excited. That happens to the best of us.
Let me do something here.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Well, we're going to have a good game coming up here. Tip-off is right around the corner, Rufus.
Hey, can't wait. You're right. It's the holiday season. This is our present from Leuzinger.
That's right. We'll be back with the tip-off and the opening. God damn. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Rufus, this is going to be a terrific game tonight.
It certainly will. It's already starting.
All right, so let's get the starting lineups and the opening tip-off right after this on Channel 22 Sports. And let's start off with the starting lineups for the Centennial Apaches, 5-3. It'll be number 1, Kevin Smith, the 6'1", 190-pound senior. One of the guards will be number 3, Thomas Hammock. He is 5'8", 155 pounds and a senior. Number 11, Harrison Hawkins, and one of the guards, a 5'10", 160-pound senior. And he was all Ocean View tournament last week. Number 24, Deontay Burton, will be one of the forwards, a 6'2 senior. And the other forward, number 32, Kurt Davis, a 6'6 senior. The Apaches are coached by Vladim Malkin in his second year. The Leuzinger Olympians come in at 4-4. Will start DeLon Wright at one guard, a 6'4 senior. Lance Booker will be another guard. He is a 6'2 sophomore. Number 10, Colroy Gordon, the leading three-point shooter for the Olympians, is a 6'3 senior. Number 21, Marshawn McMahon. He is a guard, 6'1 junior. And one of the forwards, number 33, Chason Williams, a 6'3 senior. The Olympians are coached by Reggie Morris and are 4-4. And this is their first home game here at the Lou House.
First home game. We're still in pre-league, of course. Leuzinger being a Bay League team. The Centennial Apaches actually play in this area because they're a Pioneer League team. So they play the likes of Lawndale, North Torrance, etc. So they aren't strangers to this neck of the woods at all.
Lance Booker. I have to apologize. I said he was 6'2". He's 5'2".
Who's that, Lance Booker?
He is easy to see.
Hey, you got that right. Lance, of course, brought up last year in the postseason. Was a freshman then. man, to see him start, that means he's made a lot of advancement. Of course, it also means that Akil Quinn, as we mentioned in the pregame, is out with the injury. But take nothing away from Lance Booker, great player.
The Olympians in their new white uniforms with the red, white, and blue trim. The Apaches in their road blacks with the red and white trim. It'll be Kevin Smith for the Apaches tipping off against DeLon Wright. And Cliff Sims Jr. is going to blow the ball up for the tip-off. And
re-jump it. Cliff Sims Sr., as he likes it, it looks like a junior to me when they say, oh, it's Cliff Sims Sr. I'm like, this guy didn't even old as I am. How is he a senior?
Hey, he's not as old as us put together, I don't think. Kevin Smith wins the tip, and we're underway. Hawkins has it, gets it back out to Smith underneath. The shot is missed by Kurt Davis. Rebound off to the Olympians, and here comes the fast break. Gordon underneath has a shot blocked by Smith, and we have a whistle underneath. Just underway, 7:48 left to go in the first quarter. Colroy Gordon with it, leading the team, and makes an errant pass. It gets by DeLon Wright. Lance Booker picks it up, and it's an over and back. So first turnover of the game goes to the Olympians.
Colroy Gordon thought that DeLon Wright was going to be up the sideline, waiting for the pass, and he wasn't. Got away from him, and you're right, Olympian turnover.
Kevin Smith in the game. Gets the ball off to Keith. Or check that, Keith Smith gives it to Kevin. Burton gets it back out to the punt to Harrison Hawkins, being guarded by Lance Booker, who is a Velcro type defender. He'll just stick to you all game long. Kurt Davis has it. Gets it down underneath to Burton, cutting in along the lane and lays it up and in. 2-0.
And one thing we need to mention, Lou, is that these two teams also know each other. They played just 2 weeks ago down in the Ocean View Tournament of Champions that Leuzinger actually won that game 76-72. And now with another basket being scored by Kurt Davis, Centennial out to the early 4-0 lead.
With 6:50 left to go in the first quarter, DeLon Wright has it. Wright stops and shoots and misses a little bit short. Now the rebound is off. Here comes Smith. Gets it to Hawkins. Hawkins traveled with the ball, turns it over.
Good call by the official there. As you mentioned, Roy Sims. It's not, or Cliff Sims Sr. on one side, Ernest Hammock over here on the near side. They're the crew working tonight. Hammock substituting for Charles Davis, a veteran official whom we've seen many times here in the Bay League.
Well, I wonder if Ernest Hammock is any relation to Thomas Hammock of the Apaches.
I can almost guarantee he's not. And the reason I say that is that those are the kinds of things that are taken into consideration when officials are assigned to games.
That's what I figured. So it's 4-0. Compton Centennial over Leuzinger, just underway at Lou House. Glad you joined us on Channel 22 Sports. Marshawn McMahon with the ball, gets it to Booker. Booker starting in place of Akil Quinn, who has a broken left wrist.
DeLon Wright looking to have a good senior year, Lou. He's got a couple of college options in front of him, including Cal State, Long Beach, and Lamar. Of course, Donnie Miner is there.
Booker misses the three, Wright with the rebound. Nice move, but misses the layup. Rebound is taken by Gordon, and we have a loose ball foul.
Leuzinger's home basket right now has a lid on it. The Olympians have had a couple of good looks at it, haven't been able to get anything to drop just yet. But as I glance over to the far sideline, Coach Morris is studying coolness as he continues just to orchestrate his defense now, not showing a worry that they've yet to score a basket.
Ball is tipped, and it will be Apache ball. DeLon Wright almost stealing it. But good defense by the Olympians coming in the game. Or no, there's no substitutions. Starting five still in for each team. The Apaches don't go too deep, maybe 7.
Now as you mentioned, they don't show that they play a lot of players. That ball went in the backcourt, touched by the Olympians, also no violation.
Rebound nicely taken and put up and in by Keith Smith, and it's 6-0 in favor of Centennial.
Offensive rebound pays dividends for Centennial, for the Apaches as they're known.
Jason Williams, a 6'3" senior. Good looking kid. And now we have a foul underneath. That might be on Burton.
And Amir Garrett, whom we spoke about earlier, is at the table to report in. Garrett been playing the last couple of games, Lou, with a hip pointer. A little bit of difficulty for him, boy. He brings some size in, not quite the same size as a Jerry Evans from last year. He's listed at 6'6".
So it's the first foul on Burton. First team foul of 3 is short, taken by McMahon. Rebound goes off to the Apaches. Here comes Smith. Smith trips and falls and turns it over. Picked up by Amir Garrett in the ball game for the first time for the Olympians. And here comes DeLon Wright. Has his dunk try swatted away by Burton.
And I tell you, boy, Deontay Burton didn't like the call at all. No reaction. He thought he went up and got all ball. And I got to tell you, Lou, boy, as much as it pains me to say it against one of the brothers in stripes, that looked like a lot of Rollins level.
So that's the second foul on Burton. And it'll be 2 shots for DeLon Wright. But boy, the Centennial sideline, the faithful of the Apaches, they are really hooting. First one is missed by DeLon, who's an 86% free throw shooter, averaging 13.7 points a ball game. Second free throw is up and in. And the goose egg is finally cracked by Leuzinger, 6-1.
It's the smallest of cracks you can get, though, because it's only 1 point. But Leuzinger now coming with some of the pressure defense, and boy, the Apaches nearly beat it.
Davis can't get the reverse layup to go in. It goes out of bounds to Leuzinger. Actually, it goes out of bounds to Centennial.
And Chason Williams comes off, and Colroy Gordon comes on, but we're going to have a timeout taken as your coach Reggie Morris signals that he wants a 30 to get his guys regrouped.
And it's 4:38 left to go, and for some reason the scoreboard took that foul shot off of the board. So,
well, that's going to be it, because we didn't see any indication from either official that there was a violation. Thank you, that there was a foul. Okay, now it's back up.
It's back on. So Sean Burton in the ball game for Leuzinger, the quarterback of the football team, 6'4" senior. And he played with the Olympians all summer long, Rufus, and is still having to adjust from football to basketball, trying to get that depth of field down to the 45-foot wide hardwood.
And it takes a while for that. I have no doubt that he will. He certainly had some basketball playing experience. He's not a guy who's new at this by any stretch of the imagination.
Burton with the bucket. It's 8-1 in favor of Centennial with 4:20 left to go in the first quarter, as the Olympians are trying to figure out as they're battling speed with speed. Wright goes around his back with the dribble, kicks it out. Long two is missed by Middleton, and the rebound is taken by Centennial. Back comes Hawkins. Hawkins is fouled as he came around.
Looks like he called out one, Lou, on Middleton.
His first personal, second team foul. Darius Middleton in the ball game for the first time, a 6'2" junior, the transfer from Fairfax.
Now,
ball underneath and an easy bunny for Kevin Smith, and now it's a 9-point lead at 10-1.
Slow start for the Olympians. Still first quarter action, though, but pretty soon they're going to have to get it cranked up. They're looking for a basket from anywhere, and they get one that time from Amir Garrett, who comes in averaging 18-9, slowed a little bit, as we mentioned, Lou, by the hip pointer.
Kurt Davis has the ball. Now it's outside to Smith. Turnaround jumper by Kevin Smith. The offensive rebound is put up by Burton. No, but he's fouled underneath. He'll get 2. The Apaches are beating the Olympians on the boards on both ends, Rufus. as the foul is on Amir Garrett.
And right now, they're not beating them because they have a height advantage. They're beating them because they're more athletic and more aggressive going to the boards than are the Olympians right now.
Deontay Burton rolls this one in with 5 points. And Deontay Burton had 43 against Westchester and then 19 against Harvard Westlake as they lost their last game 66-61 to Long Beach Jordan. And both free throws are good by Burton. Has a half a dozen. 12-3 is the score. Ball is stolen and ball is taken back by DeQuincy Bradshaw. Slam dunk.
There's a dunk there by Deshaun Burton. That'll go on his highlight film. So he not only scores touchdowns, but he can go up and slam it down.
He certainly can. Ball over to Burton.
Whoa!
And is it a charge or a block? They're going to call it a block on DeQuincy Bradshaw. So for Bradshaw, that's his first personal, 4th team foul. And it'll be out of bounds. I don't believe that'll be, yes, it will be a shooting foul. But what a dunk by Deshaun Burton. First one planks off the iron. And right now, it's just kind of a strange setup here by the Apaches. They're not having anybody come up to defend for the rebound. I guess they think Burton's going to make them all.
Well, that means they want to. That means one of two things.
Does.
You got a great deal of confidence in your free throw shooter, or you want to get your defense set up right away.
Well, I have it at 14-5. It's 13-5 on the scoreboard with 2:39 left to go in the first quarter. Ball is underneath, right, puts it up and in.
Now we see the Olympians starting to get it going. They've cut what was at one time a 10-1 deficit.
That was a block right there, and that could be.
That's going the other way.
Is that on Burton?
That's on Burton.
That's his third. He's going to have to come out with this.
Because they're leaving him out there, let's just for the moment assume that's unofficial. Because I'm not certain I'd leave my best player on the floor, 2:23 left in the first quarter, and he's already got 3 fouls.
Well,
and now I know you got it. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying either that or somebody over there doesn't know. And if coach finds out that's the case and he picks up a 4, somebody's going to lose a job tonight.
Polroy Gordon drives and makes the score. That's his first bucket, and that cuts the lead to, well, 13-9. Ball whipped over in the corner. A long shot won't go down. Smith with the rebound. In the right place, puts it up. No, rebound is tipped again. Burton with it, puts it up. That will go. Smith with the rebound and puts it up and in. Kevin Smith with the putback, and he'll get a chance for the 3-point play. Foul is on to Quincy Bradshaw, his second.
Got blood on
and
him
that's
first of all.
15 foul. That's his 15th, so Burton must have missed one of the free throws, so he has 7 points. David Turner in the ball game for the Apaches. Also in is Thomas Hammock. He started the ball game. Back in is Keith Smith. But Kevin Smith must have cut himself because he's not shooting a foul shot.
Exactly. I didn't see any other player with blood, but boy, you talk about a bloody hand. That's
he
what
went
he had.
directly into the restroom. So it's 16-9 in favor of the Apaches with 1:42 left in the first quarter. Garrett has it, gets it over to Wright. Back over to Green. A long 3 put up, and that's missed by McMahon. And we have a foul underneath.
Wow. Looks like they call that one a number 3.
That's Thomas Hammock. Now, who did they say?
Well, from the looks of the way Smith is coming back, he took a blow to the head. You know, he's coming back with a bandage on his head. That's real interesting.
DeLon Wright with it. Hands it off to Gordon. A long 2 is a little bit long. The rebound is off to the Olympians as they get an offensive rebound. But the shot won't go down for Green. And back comes Burton. Look out below. Shot won't go down. Good defense by Jaquan Green.
Well, good no call. I'm not sure how good the defense was. I thought there was a foul on the play, quite frankly, if you ask me. And
well, as long as the foul wasn't called, it's good defense.
Right.
Shot from the foul line won't go down for Garrett, and back comes Davis for the Apaches. Davis going through traffic, gets it out to Hammock, and buries the 3. Hawkins, I should say. Harrison Hawkins with the first 3 of the ball game makes it 19-9, a 10-point lead for Centennial, and it's under 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Gordon with the shot.
Gordon tried to answer, couldn't answer though.
Trying to get his range as he has 10 3-point shots made this season.
And that 19-9 lead is the largest at 10 points of the game. At one point they led 10-1, but now at 19-9, Olympians at one point had made a run and were at 13-7, and have since been outscored 6-2.
Good passing by the Apaches, and a little set shot is put in by David Turner, his first bucket of the game. 21-9, 14 seconds left in the first quarter. Apaches with the lead, Leuzinger with the ball.
Shot clock off, so they should be able to play for the last shot. Just not able, wow. I mean, now they're missing layups.
2 layups missed by the Olympians as time runs out in the first quarter, and they trail the Apaches 21-9 on Channel 22 Sports. Back at the Lou House, along with Rufus Washington, I'm Lou Stowers. Thanks for joining us tonight on Channel 22. And the game of the week, Lance Brooker will bring the ball in for the Olympians, trailing 21-9 as the Apaches end the first quarter with a 7-0 run.
They ended with a 7-0 run. Boy, the Leuzinger's basket seems to have a huge lid on it, a manhole cover on it, quite frankly.
You just don't seem to be playing with a lot of confidence, like they're playing with shorter arms than they really have. With the ball is Jaquan Green. Green gets it over to Williams. Williams drives and travels with the ball. Good defense by Kurt Davis of the Apaches.
So Coach Morris starts the second quarter with a different combination that has Lance Booker and DeLon Wright. They certainly started in the backcourt, and you got Chason Williams. Garrett, who didn't start, is out there along with Jaquan Green, as you mentioned.
Trying to get something going as Turner has it. A long three-point shot put up. Won't go down by Hammock, and back comes Booker. Gives it off to Wright. Wright wheels around, puts the ball up, won't go down as he was hit as he went up, and the rebound goes off to Centennial. Here comes Kurt Davis. Davis acting like a big point guard. Whips the ball to Hammock. Hammock's shot won't go down, but the rebound is put up and in by Kevin Smith. 6 points for Smith, and it's 23-9 Apaches.
Smith back after having to go out for the blood substitution, so it's good to see him back on the floor.
Williams has it over to Booker. Booker stops and goes from the baseline, hits the backboard, and the outlet pass is blocked but picked up by Hammock to Smith. Over to Davis. Look out below. That Smith couldn't get the alley-oop to go down, and back comes Garrett in a hurry, but the floater won't go down. Rebound is off to Burton.
Garrett was a little bit out of control, got caught in between, couldn't decide whether to drive to the basket or pull up. Did a half pull up, and it just didn't drop for him.
Deontay Burton calling off the play. Now Kevin Smith has it. Smith gets it back out to David Turner. Turner to Davis, back to Turner against Booker. Trying to get it to Burton, does as he slashes into Smith, who puts it up and in. 8 points for Kevin, 25-9. 5:50 left to go in the first half. Garrett with it. Garrett spins, gets it underneath. An easy layup with the left hand by Chasen Williams. And Chason with his first points, and that breaks a big run.
And that was a nice, unselfish play by Garrett on that to find Williams down low, who was wide open for the layup.
Steal. Turnover by the Apaches as it's 25-11. And a
wow,
behind the back
nice
pass
behind
to
the back
Williams.
pass by
Lays
the
it
line,
in.
right.
Woo. 4 points for Williams. And it's 25-13. DeLon with the fancy pants.
Right. Well, the story of this season, unquestionably, will be as DeLon goes, wow, big three-pointer put up and in by the big man, number 32. It looked like Kurt Davis.
And Davis, 28-13, leading the Apaches as he has 3 points. 7 points for Deontay Burton. Shot from the foul line is buried by Chasen Williams, and he has the last 6 points for Leuzinger as it's 27-15, or 28-15. That was that three-pointer.
Well, the Olympians have dug themselves a bit of a hole here. Obviously, they aren't going to come back on any one play, but they've got to start getting some stops as the big man hits him up for another three. Kurt Davis, number 32 for the Apaches.
8 points for Davis, a three-point put up and a little long by Garrett. And the rebound is off. Booker has it, back under to Williams. Over to Green for the little jump shot on the baseline. Will go down, and rebound is tapped and taken by Davis, who's red hot. Davis on the alley-up to Smith with a big slam. And that's going to be a tee. Nope, it's a timeout. That should have been a technical on Smith, but it wasn't. But man, it is a big 18-point lead for the Apaches. 33-15 with 3:58 left to go. Timeout, Leuzinger.
The Apaches are running. That's their game. That's what they love to do. You can see that one coming. Got to give them a lot of credit, though. They've come here into Lou House and just dominated literally here in the first quarter. We know that the Olympians are without Akil Quinn, and that certainly is bound to make a difference, but I'm not sure that even Akil Quinn at this point could close an 18-point gap.
I don't believe so. This Apache team is just coming out looking for scalps right now. They're really on fire as they've outscored the Olympians 12-6 here in the second quarter.
And, you know, when we talk about them, and, of course, you know, folks talk about Deontay Burton, but clearly they are not a one-man show. The big man himself, Kurt Davis, has scored a couple of threes from the outside. Davis is 6'6", and those threes have dropped with nothing but net. Then you had Kevin Smith, number 1, who went in just on the last play for the slam dunk.
And he has 10 points to lead the Apaches. Burton is yet to score here in the second quarter, but he hasn't had to. Colroy Gordon runs over David Turner, and that's going to turn the ball over. And that'll be the 6th team foul and the second personal foul on Colroy Gordon. Akil Quinn on the other sideline, on the Olympian sideline, leading the clapping at Lou House here. They haven't had a whole lot to clap about.
Not yet.
3:45 left to go in the first half, 33-15. Leuzinger with the ball after the turnover by the Apaches. DeLon Wright facing that 2-3 zone defense. Has the ball stripped away and taken by Keith Smith. Turnover by Leuzinger. Picked up by Deontay Burton. Being watched by Williams. Turner inside the foul line from about 10 feet. Won't go down. Rebound is off and saved by Leuzinger. Minor gets it over to Gordon. Gordon with the drive, wants to take it himself, gives it off nicely.
Puts it up
DeAndre Minor with the steal and then finishes it off. 33-17. So some full court pressure being shown now by the Olympians. And that's something that Reggie Morris hasn't done a whole lot of this year.
Olympians down by 16. If you're them right now, your goal has to be to get it down to 10 at this point, since you've only got 2:41 left in the first half.
Darius Middleton with a good play on defense. Turner has it, gets it to Smith. Keith Smith wheels it to Hawkins. Hawkins, 2:30 left to go in the half. Fires off a long two-point shot. Rebound way up high is Williams. And back comes Leuzinger. Polroy Gordon passes it to Wright for the three-point shot. That's going to be short. Rebound is volleyballed around. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Centennial.
It is going against Centennial.
Wow. It's on David Turner, his first.
Okay.
And the 15th foul. Kurt Davis comes in, and Keith Smith comes out. And Leuzinger should have made a little bit more of a run with Davis on the bench.
You would have thought.
But this team, as David Turner also sits down, this team, the Apaches, do they have track shoes on out here? Inbound pass goes all the way out to Middleton. Darius.
Want a foul call on that, but a good no call on that collision. Both players have a right to go to the ball. The contact in and of itself doesn't necessarily mean that a foul occurred, and in this case, one didn't. Good no call by the officiating crew.
Kurt Davis, his first personal, the 16th foul. So it'll be out of bounds in front of the Centennial bench.
This is one of those games, Lou, where it's going to be up to DeLon Wright to lead the Olympians, and he certainly is more than capable of doing. He is the undisputed leader, if you ask me, of this squad, and he just has to stay. As long as he stays composed and in the game, they'll be okay.
Polroy Gordon misses the three to Deontay Burton with the rebound. Gets the pass off to Hawkins. Hawkins comes back out to the corner. We have a little bit of four-corner offense going on. As
looks like
the foul.
Well, it was number 13 that drew the foul. I think they call it on the
Hawkins. Harrison Hawkins.
Okay.
That should be double bonus time, but nope, that was an offensive foul underneath. Loose ball foul. So Darius Middleton, the transfer from Fairfax, goes around a screen. Goes up and under, puts it up, just misses it. But Williams with the offensive bucket puts it back in.
Give Chason Williams a lot of credit. Now the Olympians are down by 14 with 1:21 left. As I said, the working goal is to get it to 10.
Davis passes the ball off into the corner. Ball is loose. Should have been a travel on Burton, but no call. Davis gets the ball back, fires up an NBA three. It's off the glass. Rebound is off to Middleton. Here comes the fast break by the Olympians. Kicks the ball out to Williams. Williams, left-handed shot in and out. How did that stay out of the bucket? Rebound is off to Deontay Burton of Centennial. Wants some help as he's being pressured by Polroy Gordon. And Hawkins brings it across. That's a 10-second violation by the Apaches.
Good call by the official on this side. That was Hammock. Hammock looked up at the scoreboard, at the shot clock, and saw it at 24. That means you guys have had the ball 11 seconds. Immediately blew the whistle. Good piece of officiating there by Ernest Hammock.
Darius Middleton with the ball, gets it off to Gordon. Gordon against Burton, gets the ball down low, and the ball is taken away from Amir Garrett. Burton gets the ball off, travel with the ball by Hammock as he couldn't handle it, as he wanted to go up with the shot but couldn't handle it. Another turnover by the Apaches with 28 seconds left to go. 33-19 in favor of the Apaches.
So the shot clock is off, Luke, for the last 28 seconds of the half. Leuzinger with an opportunity to work it down for one shot. They're down by 14. Maybe they can get it to a dozen, if not 11.
Talon Wright with it, and he's going up against Harrison Hawkins. Now the ball goes to Minor. DeAndre Minor gets it to Williams. Williams outside to Gordon. Under 10 seconds left to go. 7. Colroy Gordon at the top of the key has the ball stolen away, and the shot taken, almost made. And Hawkins with another shot won't go down as the first half ends with the Apaches leading 33-19 over Leuzinger, Rufus.
Not a good closing possession there for the Olympians. They had it with an opportunity to get the last shot. They lost it on a turnover out near midcourt, which tells you there wasn't a lot of ball movement on the play, particularly looking to take it inside to score the basket. So, boy, that means as tough a first half as we've seen from the Olympians in a long, long time, to be down by 14. And let's face it, they trailed this entire first half of the ball game. Out the box, it was 6-0, and it just grew and grew. They had a couple of small runs, but never a sustained run that could get them within striking distance and get this crowd a little more pumped up.
Well, you throw away the first quarter and the second quarter. Leuzinger did come up short 12-10 in the second quarter, but we'll come back with the third quarter and the very unofficial stats right after this on Channel 22 Sports. Score at halftime, 33-19 in favor of the Compton Centennial Apaches at 5-3. Leuzinger at 4-4. Let's go to the score book and see what's what. Kevin Smith of the Apaches leading all scorers with 10 points, and Keith Smith has 3 points. Harrison Hawkins with 3. David Turner with 2. Deontay Burden has 7 points, none in the second quarter. And Kurt Davis was hot with 2 3-pointers, and he has 8 points for a total of 33. Deontay Burton, the only Apache with 2 fouls. And for the Olympians, Talon Wright has 3 points. Colroy Gordon with 2, and he's got to start warming up because he took a lot of shots and missed all but 1. DeAndre Minor with 2 points. Amir Garrett with 2 points. He's going to have to get things going because he leads the team with almost 19. And Tashawn Burton with 2 points. 8 points for Chason Williams for a total of 19. Nobody in real foul trouble except for Colroy Gordon and DeQuincy Bradshaw with 2. Personal fouls, that is.
Exactly, and you're right, Colroy Gordon has to get going offensively. Maybe the difference is, Lou, that this basket down here on this end is the one that on the southern end of the court is their favorite basket, because the one on the northern end definitely must not have been their favorite basket given the struggles that they had there in the first quarter. You know, just trying to get a flow going offensively. They had some good looks. If you recall, there were times when they had a couple of layups. They just couldn't get to go down.
That's right. And this is the Olympians quarter. They averaged 18.8 points in the third quarter. And if there is I guess a silver lining or a moral victory, the Apaches usually score 24 points in the second quarter. They were held to 12.
Well, you take it wherever you can get it. However, you still look up and you realize I'm down by 14, and I got to go to work eventually.
And it will be Apaches ball when we get things going. Everybody's scuffing up their shoes. It kind of looks like the
a little bit of
pre-race laps at a NASCAR race where they're warming up their tires.
Right. Well, the problem we have here is that at halftime, some of the floor maintenance does involve, sweeping the floor, along with putting down a little bit of moisture on it to make the sweeping process go easier. A couple of guys that are out doing that, and they were doing the right thing. Unfortunately, a little bit too much water was left on the floor.
So we're just about ready to get underway as Cliff Simmons Sr. is going to give the ball to Thomas Hammock. and get this third quarter underway and see what Reggie Morris had to say to his Olympians. The Olympians do have their usual depth this year, but a lot of question marks coming in. But they've been playing tough all season long.
Well, they're 8 games into the season, Lou, and the question mark simply has to do with how quickly can these newcomers pick up the Leuzinger, Reggie Morris way of playing basketball here.
Shot missed by Harrison. Burton with the second shot won't go down. The littlest guy on the floor, Lance Booker with the rebound. And back they come. Colroy Gordon gets it underneath to DeLon Wright. Runs into a player underneath and loses the ball. Turns it over right away. That's the 5th turnover. Lance Burton with the steal again. Rebound off to Wright. Colroy Gordon goes along the baseline with a fake and puts it up, and this is another one. Rebound is put up. That's missed by Williams. He picks it up, puts it in, but a double dribble. Actually, it's a jump ball. Possession arrow points towards the Olympians, and they'll get it out of bounds. But 2 more bunnies that didn't go down in the hole.
And that's what we're talking about, a couple of missed layups.
Gordon with it, baseline, fall away, no, rebound is off. Burton with it. Burton being pressured by Williams. So 4 shots missed down underneath by the Olympians.
Which would have cut into this 14-point deficit that they're facing right now.
Ball is taken by Hammock. Tries to go all the way, won't go down. Rebound is volleyballed over the backboard by Centennial. It'll be a losing her ball. So 6:42 left to go in the third quarter. Both teams a little bit rusty coming out of the locker room.
And I can tell you, as we look at this Centennial team, the one thing that you can see right away, boys, that they're going to make some noise in the Pioneer League.
That's right. They are the team to beat. I know that the Daily Breeze and some other publications like North, but that's kind of hard to overlook this Centennial team. Colroy Gordon has it. Gordon has the ball slapped away by Turner, and a steal. Over to Smith, he puts it up, like a Hammock, and that is turned away and taken by the Olympians. Gordon goes in, puts up the shot. Wow, Gordon won't go down. Rebound is off. Here comes Smith to ram it home.
Wow. And right now they're putting on a clinic against the Olympians. They extend the lead back out 35-19. Gordon just not going. And I think he's putting up his shots trying to find his rhythm, but for whatever reason, just not working right now for Colroy Gordon.
And the foul is going to be called on Chason Williams. His first personal. And the first team foul. 35-19. And Leuzinger is looking a little bit lost out there right now. Deontay Burton brings the ball up court, being guarded by Amir Garrett. Smith with it. Turner has the ball tipped away by Wright, but gets the ball back. Turner has the ball slapped away by Booker, picks the ball up, and now the ball goes out of bounds, and it will go to the Olympians. And coming in the ball game will be Darius Middleton. In for Marshawn McMahon. Middleton asking for a little bit of help on the full court pressure by Centennial. Nice move to get around his man and puts up the left-handed layup. That doesn't go down. Rebound is off, and it'll go to Centennial. And
fortunately, no foul call against Amir Garrett, because there could have been one on that play. Instead, they give it over to the Apaches of Centennial.
So nothing wanting to go in the basket for the Olympians. They can't buy it as Davis runs over a man underneath the basket. It'll be out of bounds to Centennial. As DeLon Wright was hit real hard by Davis and went on his wallet. Inbounds pass comes way out to Burton. Over the shoulder catch is tripped up. And Wright didn't see it, so Burton has to go back to get it. Burton dribbles with the left hand, is fouled by DeLon Wright on the shot. So that'll be DeLon's first personal, second team foul, and that'll put Burton at the line.
Burton real aggressive with the basketball. As I say, I mean, you know, one of the better players that we've seen in a couple of years, I mean, for his size. He comes as good as advertised, and when you have the opposing fans singing your praises, you must be somebody special.
He reminds me a little bit of Baron Davis. He even misses foul shots like Barry. He's 1 out of 2 from the line. Polroy Gordon comes in. DeLon Wright goes over to the sideline, being tutored by Reggie Morris, who's cool under pressure as usual. And Burton misses both of them. Hasn't scored since the first quarter. Hasn't had to. Darius Middleton with it. 35-19, Leuzinger trailing. 4:45 left to go in the third quarter. And nice move under the basket by Amir Garrett. He's fouled and will go to the line for 2 foul shots.
And I think that's what we're going to have to see more of Garrett doing, is just taking it and going baseline, if you will, or just attacking the basket, period, because the only matchup that they have with him, of course, is Kurt Davis. Well, they both are listed at 6'6", but Garrett certainly is a fluid player with a lot of nice, smooth moves along the baseline.
Foul on Kevin Smith. It's his first personal. First foul shot is in. 3 points now for Amir. And that is the first point in the second half for Leuzinger, 35-20. Amir, a 72% foul shooter. With the left hand, puts that one up and in. 4 points for Amir. And now it's a 14-point game again, and we have a whistle. And time back in.
Not quite sure
Thomas
what the call
Hammock
was.
with the ball, gets it to Burton, back to Hammock. Full court pressure by the Olympians. It's in the forecourt for the Apaches. Pass
anytime you can get Burton to
underneath
pick up
over
the
to
dribble,
Davis,
you've
wanted
done
to go up.
something good.
That has the ball taken away. Here comes the shot taken in by Williams, and he has 10 points. Chason Williams, and the Olympians are on a little run here, a 4-0 run.
And I got to tell you, Lou, in this first look at this year's edition of the Olympians, other than the returning guys who we know a lot about, Chason Williams has impressed me thus far. I know Amir Garrett is the leading scorer, but there's something about his game that I like, and he's shown it tonight a couple of times. And I think, but for him, it really might be a different story.
Backcourt violation by the Apaches, and that turns the ball back over to Leuzinger with 4:09 left to go in the third quarter. Well, if Leuzinger can turn this into something, they can make it an interesting fourth quarter.
We're down by 12 again, looking to get single digits and maybe change the complexion of this game and force the Apaches to play from a different vantage point.
3-point shot by Garrett won't go down. It's 35-23. We have a ball out of bounds. Actually a foul. Darius Middleton with the foul, his second, third team foul on the Olympians. 35-23, 3:54 left in the third quarter.
Not a bad foul by Middleton, stops a fast break. They've only got 3 team fouls here in the second half.
Deontay Burton with it, gets it back up top to Hawkins. Hawkins being guarded by Middleton, gets a pick from Davis. Now it's picked up by Garrett. Ball goes out, and Smith wanted to put it up, does, count it, and one. Nicely done by Kevin Smith.
You know, Kevin Smith comes in as an unsung hero. Again, you talk about a 1-2 punch, and this is something we're now seeing. Our first opportunity, of course, to see both the Olympians and Centennial this season. Boy.
Amir Garrett.
Kevin Smith's a nice running partner with Burton.
38-23. Amir Garrett with his second personal foul has the ball, goes against Smith, and a travel as it's a little bit of a slick spot there by the foul line. As Amir Garrett tripped and fell and turned the ball over. Smith gets the ball to Davis, brings it back out, leading 38-23, a 15-point Apache lead. 3:15 left to go in the third quarter. Smith, a long shot, it's a long two, and buries that one, and he has 17 points.
And the Olympians are down by 17.
And the rebound is put up and in by Garrett, but Chason Williams really flew in for that one. 40-25. Apaches with the lead in the ball. Hawkins, fall away, too long. Rebound is off to Williams and gets it off to Middleton, to Gordon. Gordon with the finger roll off the glass.
And Gordon finally gets a basket to go, and that cuts the deficit to 13, 2:34. Again, same spot we're in at the same point in the second quarter, trying to get it at 10 or less.
Hawkins gets the ball over to Smith. Three-point shot taken and missed by Hammock. Rebound is off to Burton. The ball is loose, picked up by Harrison Hawkins. Hawkins being guarded by Middleton. Gets it to Kurt Davis. Davis now being watched by Garrett. Ball swung around now to Hawkins. Hawkins to Hammock. Back out to Burton. Being watched by Gordon. Puts up a long three. That won't go down. Rebound is off and still volleyballed around. Finally picked up by Williams, and he is fouled by Kevin Smith. Good try there by Kevin Smith, but another tenacious rebound by Chason Williams.
Chason Williams, I can't say it too much tonight. It certainly impressed me. And boy, you talk about a guy that's going to be a difference on this team. This guy's already showing that now.
Williams has the ball, gets it to Gordon with 1:35 left to go in the third quarter. 40-27 in favor of the Olympians. Wright with a shot off the mark, but from three won't go down. Rebound is taken by Garrett, but it's going to go the other way. As they say, Burton was fouled by Garrett.
Tough call against the Olympians on that play, boy, where they had something going.
So for Garrett, that's his third personal, 15 foul. And Middleton goes out. Here comes DeQuincy Bradshaw for the Olympians. 40-27. Leuzinger trailing Centennial with 1:28 left to go. Both of these teams participated in the Ocean View Tournament of Champions in Huntington Beach. Just loaded with talent there. And we have a 5-second, a timeout called before the 5-second violation. Called by the Apaches. So it's a 30-second timeout called by Malkin in his second year. Vadim Malkin. Also want to thank his assistant coach, Jonathan Kenyon, for helping us out with getting the roster. And also Coach Jim Harris of Ocean View High School. If it wasn't for the Tournament of Champions website, we wouldn't know who these Apaches are.
Right. Well, it wouldn't take me long to figure out who they were, though. Yeah, they've certainly shown this Olympian crowd who they are tonight. Now, let's say this about the Olympians. And when I was doing my prep work, one of the things that you have to give Coach Morris and the program credit for, they're an all-comers type team. They play anybody, anywhere. You go through their preseason roster and look at the folks that they've played thus far this season. Clovis West out of Fresno, Long Beach Poly, Sarah, Centennial they've already played once, Woodland Hills Taft. You know, you got a lot of schools that won't put even two of those teams on their schedule.
That's right. Ball comes out to Hawkins of the Olympians, being watched by DeQuincy Bradshaw with 1:15 left to go in the third quarter. Leuzinger down by 13. Ball is underneath to Burton, puts the ball up along the baseline, and he'll get 2 shots.
And that's going to be another one, I believe, against Colroy Gordon. And if, yep.
It's his 3rd personal, 16 fouls, so now the Olympians are out of fouls going into the 4th quarter with 1:08 left to go. Burton is only 1 out of 3 from the line. Gets a sweet roll off the glass there. And that's his first point, Rufus, since the 1st quarter.
And here's the point about that. It hasn't affected his team at all because he's contributed in other ways. Ordinarily, if your star only has 1 point since the 1st quarter and now a pair, you know, you're suffering pretty badly. They're winning by 15.
9 points for Burton, the big star of the game. Kevin Smith with 17 points. Colroy Gordon, how did he miss that shot, Rufus?
And there's that guy again, Chason Williams.
He has a dozen. 42 to 29, under a minute left to go. Ball is put up and in by the high-flying Kevin Smith with 19 points. 44-29, 35 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Deshaun Burton with it. Now Colroy Gordon has it. He has been the hard luck kid for the Leuzinger Olympians tonight. Right to Gordon, top of the key, being guarded by Burton. Stops, throws it underneath to Williams. Passes a little bit too long. Now the ball is picked up and taken back out. Gordon has it. Puts up a shot that didn't hit anything and goes out of bounds.
Shot clock's dead. Again, Leuzinger with the ball. 12 seconds left. Well, now
44 to 29. Apaches over the Olympians. Leuzinger will have the ball for the last 12.3 seconds if they want it. DeLon Wright, Reggie Morris says, let's keep the ball for a little while here, but DeLon Wright has to go in for the shot, and that won't go down. Rebound is off, and it'll go to Centennial. So 2.5 left to go. A long shot will have to be taken, and it goes wide by Keith Smith, and the 3rd quarter comes to an end. 44 to 29, Leuzinger trails Centennial. We'll be back with the final quarter after this on Channel 22 Sports.
So instead of the Olympians being able to cut into the deficit that they faced at the half of 33-19 and a 14-point deficit, it grows by a point to 15 at 44-29.
We'll be back after this. 4th quarter just about ready to get underway. Thomas Hammock will inbound the ball. Lance Booker keeping an eye on him. Keith Smith gets the ball. Rufus, it was the Kevin Smith show in the 3rd quarter. He had 7 of the 11 points for the Apaches. 3-point shot is off the mark, goes over the backboard, and it will be Leuzinger ball.
And I did a little quick arithmetic, Lou. Other than that big 1st quarter, where the Olympians were down by 12 at 21-9, they've played them as close as could be the last couple of quarters.
Beautiful move by Chason Williams, and we have a foul underneath. I don't know where the foul came by Thomas Hammock. I guess he was grabbing for the shoestring of Williams going by, but that's his 2nd personal, 13th foul. Got to correct myself. Kevin Smith had 9 points
okay.
in the 3rd quarter. Good defense by the Apaches as Colroy Gordon barely gets the inbound pass as the Olympians trying to cut into this big lead as they fell behind by 10, by 12, I should say, in the 1st quarter, 21-9. Colroy Gordon still can't get a shot to go down. Colroy only has 4 points.
Gordon obviously with the green light to shoot, but unfortunately, I think that green light's going to go red pretty soon.
It's Colroy maybe pressing a little bit in the 1st home game. As Kurt Davis turned the ball over, lost the ball as he went up for the shot. So it's Leuzinger ball. Colroy Gordon with the ball fake, and now a foul on the play. I believe that's going to be on David Turner. So Turner with just his second personal, and that's the 4th team foul. Amir Garrett comes in for Lance Booker. Also
so
in the ball game.
5-2 for 6-6.
Same amount of heart though.
Right.
Deshaun Burton in the ball game. Also, and here comes Garrett.
Wow,
Lays
that's
it up
a
and
block.
in. We got
that
a
was
block.
Easy. And he
a
already had a
two-shot foul,
bad
and let's
hip
hope
loop.
everybody is okay.
Well, first of all, we know that Garrett's going to be sore because he came into the contest questionable as to whether he played because of a hip corner. He gets up, walks it off. The boy can tell you he's in some pain underneath.
So that's the 5th team foul. David Turner with his 3rd personal, 5th team foul. And Amir Garrett will go to the line to shoot 2 with 6 points. It's 2 out of 2, 72% from the line. And Amir kind of favoring that right leg, Rufus, as he's putting all of his weight on his left leg. I know he has a sore hip. I don't know which one he did injure, but with the left hand, it's not affecting his foul shooting. As the Olympians break the 30-point mark. Seven points for Amir. Leading scorer, averaging close to 19 points a game. Rattles this one around. And Amir has 8 points, 44-31. So let's see if the Olympians can get past that 13-point hump.
Deshaun Burton on the floor now for the Olympians.
Smith has it. Smith still dribbling the ball. Lost it, picked it back up. That should be double dribbles. It is.
You're called by the official. Cliff Sims picked it up just as you did. So the Olympians now, it's a 13-point game, but still plenty of time to go. But you got to string together a couple of baskets. This could be the first one.
Deshaun Burton has his shot partially blocked. Amir Garrett puts it up and in. He has 10 points on the garbage, but don't take it. DeLon Wright steals the ball, puts it up and in.
And that may force the Apaches into a timeout, and it does, as for the first time in a long time, the Olympians get it in the single digits at 44-35, and as I just said, still lots of basketball time left. You could be seeing the beginning of one of those fabled Leuzinger runs.
Apaches call timeout to try to cool off the Olympians, who start off with a 6-0 run in the 4th quarter in about 2 minutes and 50 seconds, or a minute 50. And DeLon Wright may be starting to wake up, but it's been Amir Garrett in the second half, as he scored 8 of his 10 points here in the second half.
And what you're going to see, and this happens at for every team at every level of basketball, teams play different under duress than they do when things are going well. Some teams play well under duress, others crack and fold. We don't know about the Centennial team, but boy, let's see now that they've got a little pressure on them how they respond.
6:10 left to go. Clock needs to start. It hasn't started yet. There it goes. And now Sims is calling a foul on who?
No, the shot clock. The shot clock movement on the 2 seconds had gone off.
The clock did not move at all for about the first 3 seconds. So that's what Sims tried to do. Steal attempt by Gordon. Doesn't happen, but Garrett steals it. Garrett going all the way, lays it up. He's fouled by Deontay Burton, flying by. Amir Garrett will go to the line to shoot 2. And my, oh my, Deontay Burton with the foul. And what a defensive play. That's his 3rd personal and the 16th foul. Amir Garrett. Now we're starting to get some, the Olympians are starting to warm up.
Well, Garrett's doing what I call for if you're in the third quarter, and that was for him to start going to the basket, okay? That was what a Jerry Evans would do, man. In the open court, he had no hesitation about going to the basket whatsoever. He had a size advantage there, and he utilized it.
Misses a shot, 44 to 36, 11 points for Amir Garrett. Here comes Hawkins driving the lane, losing the ball out of bounds. It did not touch an Olympian, but it's still called Apache ball. As Hawkins just dribbled that off of his left knee, but it's still Apache ball. And Hawkins says,
and that's where the official comes. The trail official has to be in on that play.
Polroy Gordon called for a loose ball foul. That's his fourth personal. And that will put the Apaches in the bonus as Thomas Hammock, with no points, comes to the foul line. Makes the first one. And that's the first point of the fourth quarter as the lead grows to 9 points. Coming in the ball game is Darius Middleton. Gordon out of the ball game. And the second shot is missed by Hammock.
With a deficit of 9, this is as close as the Olympians have been in a long time.
Shot taken by Middleton, misses everything. Offensive rebound underneath, puts up and in by Williams.
No, it looks like that was Chason Williams, you're right.
45-38, and the Olympians are cruising a little bit closer, as it's been a 9-1 run to open up the fourth quarter. A full timeout by Centennial with 5:25 left to go, 45-38, and all of a sudden, dare I say, we have a ball game?
And we certainly do for the Olympians. I mean, we do have a ball game at last. It was a long time coming. And even for the faithful like you and I, who've seen a lot of Olympian basketball over the last 5 years, and particularly last year, in terms of the playoff run and everything, where we probably watched these guys 20 or more times during the season, those first 3 quarters were very un-Olympian-like. The last 3 minutes that we've seen here is Olympian basketball.
Now, like I said, it's been a 9-1 run to open up the fourth quarter by the Olympians, mainly on the back of Amir Garrett. Also, Chason Williams has been a big part of the second half. DeLon Wright needs to start to warm up a little bit, and maybe a little bit of help from somebody else.
And interesting enough, we got one of the most prolific offensive players in the Bay League here on the court, and he's been on the court during this run playing great defense. That's Deshaun Burton, number 24.
That's right. He only has 2 points here in the second half. Deontay Burton with the ball. Burton going against Williams, wants to go one-on-one, kicks the ball out to Smith for a long 3, and that goes over the backboard. It'll go to the Olympians with 5:09 left to go, 45-38, Leuzinger trails.
And this is where Burton has to change up his game now from being a facilitator, if you will, to being a scorer. He's been content most of the game, even though he scored his fair share of points, to facilitate. But now, given his skill set, it's time for him to take over for his team.
DeLon Wright going to inbound the ball for Leuzinger, leading assist maker with 6.7 per game, also with 13.7 points a game, only has 5 points tonight. Wright goes down the lane, puts it up and in! 7 points for DeLon Wright, and it's a 5-point ball game. 45-40, Leuzinger trailing with 4:45 left to go in the ball game. Kurt Davis for 3, too long, rebound, tipped up,
Olympians
and
can't
DeLon
come
Wright
down
got
with
whacked
the
in the
offensive.
nose. Here comes Burton, has the ball stripped, but it's put up by Smith, no, tipped again, And Smith tips it again. No, rebound is volleyballed up. Taken by Smith. Goes up. No, gets his own rebound. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Apache ball.
Good call by the official, Sim Senior. Here's Sim Senior underneath, and Smith comes out smiling. Kevin Smith, I'm sorry, that is. But he knew there was a good battle underneath, boy.
Sure was. Now 4:25 left to go. And the inbound is tipped, but Burton gets it. Going against Tayshawn Burton. The dueling Burtons with 24s on their backs. Delonte misses the shot, and Kevin Smith shoves DeLon right. Foul, turnover to the Olympians. Third personal on Kevin Smith, and that could be free throw time as the Olympians are now in the bonus, and DeLon Wright should go to the line.
But
going to the line
because it was on the rebound, so it wasn't a team foul. It was, right, it counts as a team foul and a personal foul, of course.
So Chason Williams, just a 58% foul shooter, will go to the line, but he has 14 points.
Well, that only means he only misses 42% of the time. Unfortunately,
that's part of the rebound. How did he miss it? Rebound is tipped and taken by Hawkins. Back comes Hawkins and the Apaches with 4:07 left to go in the ball game. Gets it back, being watched by DeLon Wright. Has the ball tipped and stolen. Taken away by Williams. And back comes Middleton. Middleton around the back dribble. Puts up the shot from the foul line. Short rebound taken by Williams. Puts it up and in. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for the old Paxton three. And now it's a 3-point ball game at 45-42 with 3:49 left to go in the ball game. And Williams could cut it to a 2-point game.
And what a difference the fourth quarter has made, and now they bring back Kurt Davis. The Apaches do their big man, because one of the things that the coach obviously saw right away, Vader Malkin, and that is that they were suffering on the boards with Davis on the bench.
Williams makes the three-point play. 17 points for Chason Williams, and it's 45-43 with 3:48 left to go in the ball game. Deontay Burton being guarded by Darius Middleton, and he's fouled. Fouled underneath, and we're going to have free throws.
That one could have gone either way. Wow. They give it to Darius Middleton. But I got to tell you, I think that what Sims is saying is that, hey, he gave you the foul. He gave the foul against Leuzinger. If I blow my whistle, I had a push off on you.
So that's the third personal. Burton makes the first one. He has 10 points.
Talk about tantalizing the whole crowd. That one hung on the rim, actually hung outside the rim for a second before it dropped.
That's only 2 points for the Apaches in this quarter. And somehow that ball stayed around and rolled in and teased everybody. 47-43, 11 points for Deontay Burton. Wright gets it to Burton. Wright has it again. 3:30 left to go in the ball game. It's a 4-point game. 47-43. Tayshawn Burton almost lost it.
Wow,
Picks it
there's
up.
a hole on the play. That's a good call.
That is a foul.
Now,
David Turner gets his fourth.
That's a 1-1, so Tayshawn Burton will go to the line.
And that's the 8th team foul, or 9th team foul, check that. David Turner wanted a jump ball, but instead Tayshawn Burton will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Tayshawn, a 44% foul shooter. Shoot the 1-and-1. 3:23 left in the ball game. Misses the front end. It's still a 4-point game at 47-43. Nervous time at the Lou House.
I think it's just as much nervous time for the Apaches as well, considering, boy, they've let a 15-point lead get away from them. It's now down to 4.
Harrison Hawkins being watched by Garrett. Hawkins goes down the lane and makes the running jumper. That's their first field goal in the quarter. 5 points for Hawkins, and the ball is almost stolen. Williams with the left-handed jumper from the elbow, won't go down. Rebound is tipped, taken by Wright. Wright in the corner to Gordon, hasn't made one yet, still hasn't made one. Rebound is tipped by the Apaches. Here comes Smith. Alley-oop shot. Burton misses the pass completely, and it'll be out of bounds to Leuzinger. Timeout, Olympians. And Kevin Smith is clearly disgusted with himself with a bad pass.
And I think that's a good timeout that's taken by head coach Reggie Morris. Why? Because as you saw, the play was getting completely out of control. His guys are being drawn into a running up and down. Let's just, shoot it at all costs type of thing. Instead of running something out of a set, he settles his guys down. They've got the ball coming out of the timeout. That's the other thing. Fouls. Both teams are shooting on every foul. 2 free throws each way with 2.5 minutes left. 6-point ball game. Boy, the Olympians right now in decent position. Of course, they still have a mountain to climb.
2:35 left to go in the ball game. Deontay Burton with 11 points. Kevin Smith with 19 does not have a point in the fourth quarter. And Leuzinger is being led by Chason Williams with 17 points. And Amir Garrett has 11. DeLon Wright has 7 points, 4 of them here in the fourth quarter.
Wow, and they take Amir Garrett out. Right now, I'm not sure how long he'll be out, but that takes some.
Just giving him a little breather on this defensive possession.
Okay.
He's got Deshaun Burton in for the defense.
Deshaun's been in here in crunch time, man. That's how you tell who the good players are. People always think the best players are the ones who start the game. Real basketball fans know the best players are the ones who finish the game.
DeLon Wright has it against Deontay Burton. DeLon trying to get around Burton. Wow. Underneath to
Nice
Deshaun Burton for the layup.
Give DeLon Wright a lot of credit on that, Lou. That was an excellent look by DeLon Wright.
A 4-point ball game, 49-45, 2 minutes and 3 seconds left to go. 4 points for Deshaun Burton. Deontay Burton now. And we have a shove underneath.
Wow.
And that's on Darius Middleton, his 4th. 9th team foul, and Deontay Burton will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
Well, it's a tough job covering Delonte Burton. I mean, Deontay, I should say. Make no mistake about that, Lou. It's real tough, and everyone that losing the defenders have had their hands full, and they've done the best they could. Wow.
Burton now with 12 points, makes it 50-45.
I think I've only got him missing 1 free throw here, but boy, he makes free throws more interesting than anybody I've ever seen.
He uses everything. He uses the backboard, the rim, and everything else. He's looking for 13 points and gets it. That one went right down the middle. So 13 points, 51-45, 1:59 left to go in the ball game. Middleton to Wright.
Still plenty of time, Lou, to play for your conventional twos, although a 3 wouldn't hurt. And there it is, Burton.
51-48. He has 7 points now as Hawkins gets across the line for the Apaches. With 1:30 left to go in the ball game. Hawkins has it. Travel on Hawkins, it turned over to Leuzinger.
Travel call, and the call goes against Harrison Hawkins. Their little point guard. Hawkins a bit dismayed with the call. We got a 51-48 game, as close as Leuzinger has been since forever.
1:24 left to go in the ball game. DeLon Wright goes in for the layup. He's fouled hard by Harrison Hawkins, and DeLon Wright is holding his ankle. Hawkins with his second personal, 10th team foul. And let's hope DeLon Wright is okay. As they
Looks
trail,
like it was a muscle cramp. Wow, you can see it. I can see it in his calf because DeLon doesn't have calves like that, and all of a sudden it's blown up, man.
Well, there's
He's trying to walk it off.
Man, I've seen pencils thicker than that.
Exactly.
That poor young man's got to eat a cheeseburger or two coming up. I hope he's got a ham all to himself for Christmas.
Well, trust me, I'm leaving plenty of them at McDonald's these days. I'm already down 15 pounds, brother, in the last 4 weeks. So,
you go, boy.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So
Delon,
guys,
this is the front end.
As you can see, absolutely no push off on that leg. And now Reggie's going to call a timeout to try to get him out of there. They give him a salt tablet. I'm going to assume that that's what that was.
So 1:19 left to go in the ball game. A 3-point game. Let's hope that's all it is. That's all it is Chris Young is trying to stretch out that ankle and that calf.
Haven't seen Coach Pose around tonight. He could be out scouting their next opponent because these guys do take turns doing things like that. They've got a smooth operation here.
But one person that was a joy to see made our Christmas merry was old Bussy.
Oh, Anthony, I tell you, man. And as always, boy, got a smile as big as a lit up Christmas tree when you see him. Great conversation with him. Great to see Anthony recovering well from his bout with cancer.
And he is kicking it, and that's good news. So Merry Christmas to him. So DeLon Wright trying to shake it off literally and make the back end of this 1-1. (51-48). Leuzinger trailing. And 1-point trail by 15. That's a clutch free throw.
And that's the difference in that stretch out. DeLon Wright, an excellent free throw shooter.
So now it's a 2-point ball game. And Turner inbounds the ball to Hawkins. Full court pressure by the Olympians with 1:15 left to go in the ball game. A one-possession game.
Olympians looking for a much-needed defensive stop now.
Picked by Burton. Now Hawkins is double teamed. Gets it underneath to Deontay Burton. Has it on the baseline. Underneath to Turner. Puts it up. No, but he's fouled.
Good D, late call, but they'll go to late call, but right call. And that'll send the Apaches to the line. Looks like going to the line is going to be David Turner to shoot a pair. Both teams now in the double bonus, so every foul will result in 2 free throws.
Chason Williams with the foul. That's just his second. 58.9 seconds left to go. And to the line is David Turner. This is the front end. With just 2 points. As the Apaches have woken up.
Coach Reggie Morris himself exhorting the crowd to give him the
Finally, the Olympians wake up. Makes the back end of that one. Still a one-possession ball game. 3 points for Turner. 52-49. Leuzinger trails underneath to a wide open Burton. Rebound over Williams. Rolls out, gets his own rebound. Has the ball stripped away. No foul call. Leuzinger had 2 great opportunities.
Still lots of time at 40
Stolen
seconds.
by Wright. Underneath the Burton.
Chance to
Burton
pull it
trying
out.
to
Need
keep
to pull it
control.
out. There's a foul.
Gets it to Gordon for 3
Go,
for the
Roy,
tie.
get one finally. No.
Misses. Out of bounds. It'll be Leuzinger ball with 30 seconds left to go in the ball game. Hard luck, Gordon couldn't get that 3-pointer to fall. Still a one-possession ball game. Shot clock is dark in the 4th quarter. 42-49. DeLon Wright has it, wants to go baseline, and has to come back out. Hawkins on him like Velcro. Now gets it back out to Sean Burton. DeLon Wright has it with 20 seconds left in the ball game. Down by 3.
They've got to get a quick shot. You want to give yourself more than one chance at it, Lou.
Here comes Williams, and it's a foul. Offensive foul. No basket against Chason Williams.
Centennial looking to pay back the Olympians for the defeat that the Olympians handed them in the Ocean View tournament a few weeks ago when they beat them 76. I'm sorry, that was the Westchester Tip-Off Classic. I stand corrected, when they beat them 76-72. And here at Lou House, they right now with the 3-point lead, Lou. Olympians had their chances down the stretch here in the last couple of possessions. And just right now, looks like they may have let it get away from them.
Leuzinger had 2 excellent chances. Kilroy Gordon had a wide open 3. Chason Williams and Tashawn Burton had opportunities. Ball is going to be inbounded by the Apaches, who lead it by 3 with 10 seconds left to go in the ball game. Ball is inbounded to Burton, and he's fouled immediately by Leuzinger's Darius Middleton, and that is his 5th foul.
They fouled immediately, and of course, here's what the Olympians want, obviously. And right now, I'm not sure whether Deontay Burton is the guy who's going to cooperate with them on this. They want him to miss at least one of these. Well, actually, they want him to miss both. Let me stand corrected. They're down by 3 already, so they've got to hope that he misses both of them.
He's missed 2.
Makes it,
3 out of 4 in the first half.
2-possession game either way if he makes one.
Now it's a 2-possession game.
That thing bounces around. You get a look and you get kind of happy. You think, oh, it's coming out. And the next thing you know, it's in the basket. 9 seconds, so still lots of time. Even if he scores, Olympians going to push it up. They're going to get a quick basket. They've got 1 timeout remaining. They won't use it here, I don't think.
So he makes the second one. It's 54 to 49. 7 seconds left. Wright goes in with a slam
and
dunk.
And they use the timeout, exactly. Now they can come out of the timeout. It's a 3-point game again. They can come. Obviously, they'll set up an inbound defensive play, try to force a turnover. If they don't get it, well, with 4.5 seconds, you don't have a whole, this is basketball, you won't have a whole lot of plays left in it, but you'll have 1 or 2 that they can take a shot at.
Rufus Leuzinger got back in the ball game by opening up with a 14-1 run in the 4th quarter. 10 points now for DeLon Wright, 7 of them here in the second half. Actually, 7 of them in the 4th quarter. So it's a 3-point game, a 1-possession game. 4.5 seconds left to go. And that first quarter is really the sore spot here in this ball game for Leuzinger.
Well, it was a sore spot. Again, they're a team in development. Of course, you play your season based on your league play to earn a spot in the playoffs. These kind of wins, you look at who they're playing now. And I saw Peninsula play them. I saw Peninsula play a few days ago. And that'll be the ball game, of course, as they run it out.
Deontay Burton dribbles the route, runs the clock out. That's the ball game. Leuzinger falls to 4 and 5, and the Apaches improve to 6 and 3 with a 54-51 win over Leuzinger. But what a ball game down the stretch in the 4th quarter.
A great ball game, and the Olympians now with 5 defeats, 4 of them coming by a combined total of 8 points. But boy, you talk about putting on a show. They put on a great show for the fans tonight. Made things work out for them. I tell you what, this team is showing that they are a team to be reckoned with no matter what. So, hey, goes down in the books as an L. But I think in terms of what Coach Morris is doing with this team that has so many new players, only 5 returners, but only 3 of those 5 actually played an appreciable amount last night. Kilroy Gordon, one of the big guys, just could not find the bottom of the net tonight. But having said that, I think the future looks bright for this Olympian team.
It certainly does. We'll be back with the final stats right after this on Channel 22 Sports. Back here at Lou House, as it was a terrific 4th quarter for the Leuzinger Olympians, but they come up short 54-51 to Compton Centennial. Pioneer League versus the Bay League, and we're going to be looking for big things coming from both of these teams coming into regular season in January.
Absolutely. First off, to the visiting Apaches of Compton Centennial, I mean, they played an excellent game. They showed that they're more than a one-man show with Deontay Burton, because Kevin Smith had a great game, and Harrison Hopper, I believe his name is, as their guard. Harrison Hawkins was a steady hand running the offense. They are a good team.
Kurt Davis, too, the big man, although he wasn't heard from in the second half, really put the game seemingly out of reach, but with 2 big three-pointers in the second quarter. But then the Leuzinger Olympians came back in the fourth quarter with a big 14-1 run to open up things in the fourth quarter to make it interesting, but they just couldn't get over that hump, and they come up short 54-51, and they fall to 4-5 on the season. The Apaches improve to 6-3. Let's go over the scoring here for the Apaches. 19 points for Kevin Smith, 3 points for Keith Smith, his little brother, and Harrison Hawkins had 5 points. 3 points for David Turner, and Deontay Burton with 19 points. He scored it when he had to from the foul line.
Absolutely.
And 8 points for Kurt Davis. And for the Olympians, 10 points for DeLon Wright, 4 points for Colroy Gordon, who just was the hard luck kid of the night. Had a lot of wide open shots, especially from three-point land, but somehow, some way, couldn't get it through the hoop there. And 2 points for DeAndre Minor, and Amir Garrett impressed with 11 points. 7 points for Tashawn Burton, the quarterback of the Olympian football team. And the Olympians were led by Chason Williams with 17 points. And time for our player of the ball game. And on the Apache side, who would you like?
Wow, that's a tough call, but for me, Deontay Burton, you have to say, I mean, the guy, just what he does, his presence on the floor, and the way he has control of not only his game, but his teammates' game. But Kevin Smith, got to give Kevin a lot of credit. Gave him a run for the money, but I'd say Deontay Burton.
Okay, so Deontay Burton, the senior, 6'2", and was one of the all-tournament players at the Ocean View Tournament of Champions. Is Rufus's pick. I'm going to go with Rufus here. I'm not going to argue with the master here.
No.
And for the Olympians, there's a couple of guys that really stood out. Amir Garrett, sore hip and all, and Chason Williams.
Amir Garrett certainly started to come on a little slow in coming around. If you recall in the third quarter, I said, hey, Amir has really got to start to take charge, attack the basket, draw fouls, or either score or do both. And he started to do that with some success, and that was in the fourth quarter, and that contributed to the run. Another guy, before I get to him, player of the game, who deserves mention, and we know about DeLon Wright and what he does. I mean, he's a point guard extraordinaire on this team. The ball handler keeps it going. Kept his head in the game. Got a little frustrated at a point, but got over that hump, stayed in the game, and made a difference. Another guy, Tashawn Burton. I was impressed. I told you, people talk about who starts. Tashawn didn't start,
right.
But when the game was on the line to be
there.
won or lost, he was on the floor. And that says a lot about a guy who didn't even play last year.
That's
Football
right.
player extraordinaire. And as you mentioned earlier, having to change his game, having to change a lot of physiology about playing a sport in a confined area such as a basketball gym on a basketball court versus a football field. And he's showing that he's going to be a contributor. When it's all said and done, though, when it's all said and done, the guy tonight, I got to tell you, hands down, impressed me and was my choice for the player of the game. And I'm looking forward to seeing all these guys, but particularly him, the rest of the season. That was Chason Williams. I
Can't argue with that. That's
my
for sure.
player of the game. I mean, I think he had a great game. He was a great contributor, not just scoring, but on the boards and defending. I mean, and he is a board demon. Made a big difference for the Olympians. So congratulations, Chason. You are the Channel 22 player of the game.
All right, partner. Well, let's put a Christmas bow on this one and say Happy New Year and Happy Holidays to everybody as we get in our sleigh, and hope that your holiday season is going to be as fantastic as ours already has been here at the Lou House. Especially with Victor Martin in the house.
Hey.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Doesn't get any better. Of course, Victor over there running book for the Olympics. Man, yeah, it's just fun every time we come here. The folks treat us so good. It's almost as good as being at home. In fact, it is our home away from home.
That's it. There are no Grinches in this house.
Hey, everybody. Sure. I hope you have a happy holiday season.
Put the bow on this, will you? Tie this down. All right. Thank you very much. Rufus, want to thank you very much. And our two camera guys here with Channel 222 Sports want to thank you, and especially Tom Strickfadden and Larry Bender as well. For you and yours, this is Lou Stowers and Rufus Washington and the terrific Channel 22 Sports crew saying so long from Lou House as Leuzinger goes down to the Apaches 54-51. Until next year, so long.